Welcome to Rice St Antony. My name is Fern Williams. I'm the registrar here at the school. I'm standing right in the centre of the school, just outside Langley Lodge, which is the original school building and a very iconic building for current pupils and staff, as well as past pupils. A lovely Victorian villa built in 1895. I'm on the lawn just outside on a lovely sunny day, so we chose the right day. It's a little bit chilly for May. It seems strange to be presenting this virtual tour on my mobile phone, but I think we've got quite used to viewing parents, family, sisters, brothers, work colleagues, friends on a mobile phone or via a computer. I hope you forgive my presenting skills. I'll do the best job I can. We'll start having a little look round. I'll take you outside the buildings and into some classrooms and some of the main areas of the school. So this is Langley Lodge, as I said earlier, the original school building. Now the prep school reception up to year 6 are housed in this building. A lot of original features in there that the children enjoy in their classrooms. I'm going to pan round and we'll come up to some of the more modern buildings. And the Franklin Road entrance is just over the other side of these buildings and our main car park. Most of the children will come in to this entrance and our main reception is just here. This is the senior school teaching building. We'll have a look round towards the library, which you can see here with big double doors. I say senior school teaching building. The school really is a whole school. Year 5 and year 6 have lessons from specialist teachers in this building. And many of the prep school come over for various activities using the library, main school hall. We have our junior science lab in here and of course our lovely art room. And all of the schools, children use the art room. So as I come round again, we're looking down towards the Rendell building and beyond that to our sports hall. So I've come round to the side of Langley Lodge. The classrooms that you can see just on this side, reception class, years 5, and as I pan round, that very last building houses our dining hall, King House. And the space that I'm in is the prep school playground, a dedicated space for our pre-prep children. The reception class certainly benefit from this area as they have free flow from their classroom, which is just on the right hand side there. And so they can come out onto that beautiful terrace and down to the playground. I love the trees around here. And once upon a time, if you stood at the very top of the building, you could actually look down and see Oxford city centre. I think the trees are a little bit too big for that now. We are in the Headington area of Oxford, which is just outside the city centre really. Now this part is right next to our Pullens Lane entrance. And as I move round here, we're going to have a little look down and a further walk to our sixth form building. So I've moved away from the prep school and walked down this path a little way, and as I move round here, this building is our sixth form centre. Sixth form girls have their own dedicated space in there. They don't actually have lessons, they come up to the main building for that, but they have their common room, an ICT suite, a quiet study room and a dining room. Now as I move round, our school nurse, her office is in there, and just behind is the cottage boarding house. I've come into Sixth Form Centre now, and this area here is a dining room that is used by Year 12 and Year 13 day girls, and also our older boarders. It's a really nice little space. Very, very quiet today. Just seems so odd coming into this building and not seeing all the buzz that normally goes on. It's a beautiful space, and if we just have a quick look round here, you can see there's a nice little courtyard garden just outside these doors. And of course, if I come back round again, then we're looking back out where we were standing, just having a look coming into the main area. So I've stepped outside the dining room and I'm standing in the little courtyard garden, and if you look just behind me you can see some of the cottage boarding rooms. It's quite an interesting building. This used to be an old stable block. Again, super quiet. The only thing I can hear is a bee. It seems to be getting nearer and nearer. So nice. So I've come outside now, outside the sixth form centre, and I'm walking down towards the Pullens Lane gate. The building that we see in front of us is the Croft boarding house for younger girls, and if I come across past the gate, you can see whereabouts we are in situation to the cottage boarding house, and there's their main entrance there, just past the nurse's office. Just beyond the Croft is our swimming pool. Looks a bit bleak today. It's a shame that this is not open and the children aren't taking their swimming lessons in there. So I'm over by the swimming pool now. What a shame that I can't show you it in all its glory. It's normally open from April, just after the Easter holidays, through to October. It just looks so amazing, and particularly on a lovely sunny day like this. When it's open, we use it to death. It's used for PE lessons, for rec swims, clubs. The boarders use it often, the staff as well. So as I said, it is a real shame. You can see whereabouts I am now. The sports hall is just beyond those trees, so we'll walk over there and have a look. Just behind me is the sports field. I'm just going to show you these gorgeous trees in the sunshine. And as I move the camera around, you can see there's a tree line just down the bottom there by the sports hall, which is used for forest schools, which is part of the curriculum for our little ones. And we also run an enrichment program for forest schools, and we have the sports hall there, and they're just coming across. So I suppose at this time of year we'd look through and I'd be able to say, oh, there's our tennis courts, not being used currently. We have 2 spaces there, 2 courts, pitches that are all weather pitches. We'll go and have a look at those at the moment. We come back and we've got our little chapel there just beyond the Croft boarding house. So again, I'm just walking up to the sports hall, which you can see on the right hand side. And as I said earlier, the courts and pitches used for netball, hockey and tennis during the summer. And then we just have the Rendell building just behind there. So I'm coming away from the sports hall now, walking back towards the Rendell building. Just showing you the pitches here. They have all weather surfaces. They'd be set up for tennis now during the summer, used for hockey and netball during the winter. The building that's just coming into shot now is our Performing Arts Centre, so we'll go and have a little look at that. As we come back round, I'll show you this really super area again. As I said, children have access all areas. Come out here for play and break time. It's just a real super area to investigate, I think, for young children. So here we are just outside our Performing Arts Centre. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. This little road will take you to the Franklin Road entrance, which is just off Headley Way. And Headley Way sits just outside the John Radcliffe, which is a huge hospital here. Many of our pupils have parents that work over there. And just beyond the Performing Arts Centre, we've got our Senior Science. And as we come round here, this building is the Rendell Hall, which sits within the Rendell building. Now, the Rendell Hall has been a scene for many a school production and our Tangerine Party, which is something that we celebrate at Christmas and is very special to everybody who is at Rye currently and in the past. So I've come into the Performing Arts Centre here. Just to the side of me is 2 music classrooms, and we have 2 drama practice rooms on the other. And as you can see, this is Haynes Hall, which is a large space that's used by both departments. The prep school have their school assembly over here, and we run tea time concerts from this space and some drama productions. I understand from the head of the drama department that you can actually get 70 seated in here in tiered seating, so we use it for smaller productions. Upstairs there's just music practice rooms for all our talented musicians to practice their musical instruments. So I'm going to go through this door, and this might be quite tricky to try and show you the space, so we'll move you over here. There we go. So here we are in Haynes Hall. You can see what a lovely space it is, and you've got the lighting rigs up the top there, and also a little theatre gallery just behind me. It really is a nice space. Lots and lots of fabulous things being done in here. So I've come out of the Performing Arts Centre and I'm walking along here. You can see the science department just behind me. That's the Franklin Road entrance, and if we walk round a little bit further, we come past the food nutrition building and to the main school reception. So as you can see just behind me there, when I first started this virtual tour, that's Langley Lodge, and here's our main school reception. So again, walk a little bit further along here, past the food and nutrition, and we come down to King House. And King House, as I said earlier, is the dining room. I just wanted to show you very quickly our food and nutrition department. Very quiet today. Normally some pretty good smells coming out of this place. It's also the home of Leiths, which is a programme for our Year 12 and 13 girls to do alongside their A-levels, and it's proved very popular. So I've come into the Rendell building, which is the main school academic building, and this is the school hall, scene of many school productions, as I said before, Tangerine parties, school assemblies, dance, all sorts of things. Very quiet now. I'll swing round and I'll show you the school hall. There we go, and the main stage. And I'm going to take you out now along the corridor to the library. Out now through the Crush Hall, as it's known, and to the main school library. And I'll go through here. Now this really is the hub of the school. I say the school hall. So many activities and just fabulous things that go on here. And as you can see, just beyond these windows, we come back out onto Langley Lawn. I love it during the summer because these doors are normally open. And there we have Langley Lodge. The art department, the main art studio here in the Rendell building, in the main senior school part of the school. But this particular department is incredible in itself because all of the prep school come up and use the facilities here as well. And you can see all this wonderful art all over the walls and some really quite interesting pieces, which hopefully would inspire all those young budding artists by all this senior school work. So we'll take you from the art department, coming back onto the main Brendel corridor, and we'll have a look at a typical classroom. So you can see that this long corridor, lots and lots of classrooms along here, and I'm going to take you into Franklin, which is one of our maths classes. So I'm going to take you to the end of the classroom and we'll have a little swing round. So these classrooms are also used as form rooms. I believe that this is actually a Year 9 form room at the moment. And while you're sitting there doing all your mathematical equations, you can look out on Langley Lawn, which again is looking pretty good. So that brings the virtual tour to an end. I'm sure there's lots and lots of questions that you have about the school, about school life, about the pupils here. And so I hope that this will inspire you to make a phone call and to contact me, and hopefully I'll be able to answer all of those questions for you. And in the very near future, you'll be able to come and visit yourself, and it'll be a lovely day like it is today, and then you can really get a feel for the school. So I look forward to hearing from you and to meeting you in person.